You know that feeling, right? That deep down exhaustion that isn't from working too hard, but from juggling 1,000 opinions that were never yours to carry. One particularly bleak Friday night, I found myself on my kitchen floor, obsessively refreshing a group chat that had gone dead silent. I was wondering what I'd done wrong, rehearsing apologies no one had even asked for. And that's when Mel Robbins' voice, clear as a bell, slid through my phone speaker. Let them. 2 words, and honestly, an instant visceral exhale. Stick with me, because I'm about to show you the science behind that feeling and the simple script that can change everything. Section 1, the invisible bill. Most of us are unknowingly paying a secret tax, aren't we? It's the what will they think surcharge. We're adding an extra 3 minutes to every text to sound nicer, contorting ourselves into roles that just don't fit, and staying in rooms where we feel like furniture. All just so Karen from accounting won't give us the side eye. Mel explains that this isn't just annoying, it actually hijacks your amygdala. Seriously, your brain perceives social rejection, even imagined social rejection, like a saber-toothed tiger bite. Suddenly, cortisol floods your system, blood drains from your prefrontal cortex, and boom, you're 9 years old again, desperately begging the cool kids to pick you for kickball. Multiply that by 50 interactions a day, and you've got chronic fatigue, anxiety, and that lovely 2 a.m. mental replay reel. The kicker, 90% of the time, people aren't even thinking about you. They're trapped in their own mental spin cycle. So we're burning precious calories, trying to control a narrative that no one else is even writing. Robbins' solution is brutally, beautifully simple. Stop gripping the remote that doesn't have batteries. Release the illusion that you can steer other people's choices, and watch your energy come rushing back in one glorious lump sum refund. It's about reclaiming your mental bandwidth. Section 2. Meet the let them portion. Okay, picture this theory as a traffic light you can flip inside your own skull. Step 1 flashes a brilliant green. Let them. Whatever they are doing, ghosting your texts, gossiping about your choices, forgetting to CC you on that important email, just let them. This isn't about becoming a martyr or a woe is me surrender. Oh no, it's a shrug, so light it feels like yoga kind of release. Neuroscientists have a name for this, response inhibition. What you're doing is actively cutting the feedback loop between an external trigger and your internal fireworks. When you consciously say let them, you're literally disrupting that limbic cascade before it reaches a full raging boil. Your heart rate steadies, glucose stays in storage instead of flooding your bloodstream, and you get to remain the calm, collected grown-up in the room. I put this to the test just last month when my neighbor, bless his heart, passive-aggressively commented on my interesting lawn. The old me, I would have rushed to Home Depot at dusk, bought every bag of fertilizer, and stress Googled turf tips until midnight. The new me? Let him. 2 syllables. 0 resentment. I drank my coffee, watched the dandelions party, and nothing collapsed except my cortisol curve. Robbins swears this isn't permission to become a doormat. It's permission to stop painting other people's graffiti with your own precious blood. Accept reality faster than your GPS recalculates, and you'll save gallons of emotional fuel for things you can actually steer. Section 3, flip to let me and regain the wheel. All right, but half the recipe isn't enough, is it? You need the sizzle flip, the powerful pivot, let me. Once you've released their script, you get to pick up your own pen. Let me decide how I interpret this. Let me choose my next action. Let me set a boundary, change my seat at the table, or simply exhale and move on. Psychologists label this a profound locus of control shift. Mel, she just calls it freedom. When you reclaim authorship of your own life, dopamine shows up to the party because your brain absolutely loves attainable goals. Even tiny wins, like choosing to sip water instead of firing off that salty email, register as powerful victories and upgrade your self concept. Suddenly, you're not just an extra in everyone else's movie. You're the protagonist, and you get to hire better co stars. I road tested Let Me after a particularly nasty podcast troll told me my voice sounded like a chipmunk on Red Bull. Instead of spiraling into self doubt, I let him hate my timbre. Then I let me record anyway. You know what? My downloads tripled because confidence, my friend, is magnetic. Robbins' golden metric for this is spot on. If it's outside your hula hoop, it's not yours to hula. Stay firmly within your plastic ring and you'll dance longer, happier, and without all the unnecessary bruises. Section 4, the 3-step approval to detox. Ready to quit cold turkey on that approval addiction? Try Mel's incredibly practical loop. First, you notice. Catch yourself in the act. When you're sculpting sentences to be more likable, when your stomach clenches before you hit post, when you mentally beg for the promotion you already earned. That's your cue. Second, you name it, and I mean out loud if possible. I'm seeking approval right now. No shame here, just pure objective taxonomy. Naming recruits your prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain, and effectively tames the amygdala like verbal choke chain. It brings awareness to the unconscious drive. Third, you refocus. You ask yourself, what would I do right now if I didn't need a single witness? If no one was watching, judging, or applauding, then do exactly that. Refocusing additively rewires your brain's reward pathway. Eventually, those internal nods of self-approval feel infinitely better and more sustainable than any external applause. I used this powerful trio at a family dinner where politics, as they often do, started bubbling up. I noticed I was about to perform verbal gymnastics just for my uncle's thumbs up. I named it approval seeking. Then I refocused. I turned to my quiet cousin and asked her about her pottery hobby instead. The conversation pivoted beautifully, blood pressures dropped, and I left with 0 emotional bruises, plus a handmade mug. Same family. New neural net. Section 5, handling real-life tornadoes. But what about my boss? He's a micromanaging vacuum of joy, I hear you. And for those truly difficult humans, Robbins has an ingenious tool called the ABC loop. Apologize and ask. And this isn't a grovel. It's a tactical apology that buys you breathing room and shifts the dynamic. Try something like, I'm sorry the report wasn't formatted exactly how you like. What outcome are you hoping for with this? An open-ended question like that forces them off their auto-attack script. Back off and observe. Create some physical or digital distance. Let their behavior stand in the spotlight alone for a bit. This crucial observation step keeps you from catching their emotional virus and reacting impulsively. See, celebrate, and model. When they move even an inch, celebrate that progress publicly. At the same time, model the boundary you want to see. I watched Mel coach Chrissy Teigen through this on a podcast. Chrissy's mom kept giving unsolicited parenting advice. Instead of snapping, Chrissy apologized for past eye rolls, asked what scared Grandma most about the parenting, backed off for a day, then celebrated when Grandma offered to fold laundry instead of critiquing feeding schedules. The relationship stayed intact and Chrissy's sanity returned. Whether it's a toxic partner, a sulky teen, or the HOA, president who measures your grass with a ruler, the ABC loop keeps your hands clean and your peace protected while they decide whether to evolve. Section 6, work, socials, and friends who forget to invite you. Let's apply this to everyday scenarios, shall we? Office politics, let them gossip. Let me deliver killer results and log off at 5. Social media, let them unfollow. Let me post what genuinely helps even one stranger. That friendship, FOMO. Let them brunch without me. Let me plan a hike that truly feeds my introverted soul. Each and every one of these scenarios follows the same powerful rails. Release their trolley, steer your own. Burnout drastically drops when you stop endlessly auditioning for committees you don't even want to join. And the metrics prove it. Harvard research actually shows that workers who practice healthy detachment score a whopping 43% higher on creativity tests and report 31% less emotional exhaustion. Translation: letting them be average quietly makes you exceptional. If this is truly clicking with you, do me a favor. Don't like or share this because I'm fishing for dopamine, because that's not what this is about. Do it only if you know one person whose shoulders are currently up by their earlobes from trying to manage everyone else's expectations. Tag them. Then both of us can sleep a little better tonight, knowing we've shared a path to peace. So tomorrow, when the train doors slam in your face, when Slack pings with thinly veiled sass, or when your mother-in-law compares you to cousin perfect, just whisper, "Let them." Then powerfully pivot, let me breathe, let me choose, let me keep walking toward the life that has my name on it, not theirs, 2 beats, infinite peace. And if your brain offers one final stubborn objection, but what if they never only approve? Answer it with Mel's ultimate mic drop line. That's their prison to decorate. Unlock your own cell. Stroll out. I'll see you on the free side of the wall, coffee in hand, grass a little long, and a smile that is completely, unapologetically ours.